Okie dokie, hope everybody's well and ready for Tag Roulette September. Okie dokie, let's go for our three numbers. We've not got many left, really, so this is going to be interesting. Oh, 36. Where's my post-it notes? Yes, we haven't had that one. So we're going 36. Let's move that one out. We are going, 2. Scribble that one out. And 11. Oh, as if it's got it. Blooming ones that we've not done before. Flipping awesome. Bum, bum, bum. Right then. So number 2 was, it's a heart. That one's a heart. Oh, that's going to be nice to do. Number 11. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, wrapped rings. Oh, nice. So we're going to need some rings with a blanket. Oh, nice ones. Awesome. And then, watch this. This one's going to be a really tough one. Where are we? 33, 34, 35, 36. Oh, it was layers with just running straight stitch in a square. So that one was layers and lots of straight stitch in this. Oh, this one's going to be quite a nice month. I know somebody had said when I'd done if you're following the flags, we've just done this last month a landscape one, and somebody said, it would be interesting to see if the landscape tag comes up. Okay, right, so you know the drill. I'm going to go get my stuff and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I am ready. So the first thing I'm going to do are the blanket stitch rings. So I use rubber rings. I got these from Lidl. I can get them from the scrap store. They're basically like for plumbing or anything like that. You could use a bobble, a ring of card, a washer, whatever. And basically what we're going to do is a blanket stitch around the ring. You don't want too fine a thread, mainly because it will take you forever to actually wrap it. So I'll do a quick demo. Well, I'm saying I'm going to do a quick demo. Actually got to just thread my needle first. That might help. Okay, there we go. Threaded needle. Right, let's move this out of the way because otherwise it just gets a little bit confusing. There we go. So I don't need to put a knot at the end. All I do, a bit fiddly to get going, but you've got your little tail end and you've got your hoop, got your ring, have your thread going that way, and basically you're going to do a blanket stitch. So you go through the hoop, over the thread and pull. First couple of stitches while you get going, through the hoop, over the thread. Are just a little bit faffy, but once you've got going, oh sorry, I was going to smack you all in the face, you can just keep going. So I can let go of that now. We're off. So always remember, through the hoop, over the thread, through the hoop, over the thread. And I always put my thread in the direction that I'm going in. Through the hoop, over the thread. Now you need to get enough thread on your needle to hopefully go all the way around. If you discover that you run out of thread, so imagine I was getting to the end here, all I need to do is turn to the back, get my needle and run it through quite a few of these stitches and pull it out. Then to start my next thread, I bring that through and come back to it, and then you just start again. And then at the end, because the threads are quite tightly woven into this, you can just trim them off. Now if you want to, this is a blanket stitch. If you are a crocheter, you could crochet around your rings. This isn't something that I did with the tags, it's something that I've learned since. doing a little bit of crochet. I tend to just do one go round with my blanket stitch, but you can go around it again, and all you do is you do the next layer of blanket onto the ones that you've just done here. I'll try and go as quickly as I can. So you'll notice that I've already got myself a heart cut out of some fabric, and I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to combine number 2 and number 36 together, because 36 was a little load of running straight stitches over a layer, and I'm going to add a layer with my heart. So I think I might kill 2 tags with one technique. Just let that spin off. There we go. Right, so as you come round the edge, round to the other side, what you want to do is this little tail that you had here, lay that along your rubber ring, and all you do then is do your blanket stitch to trap that within the stitch. So like I say every month, for each one of these there is the tag video. So if you want a slightly longer demonstration, just go to that week's tag on my YouTube channel and you will be able to see a bit more information. So if you wanted to go around again, all you would do is you go through each of these loops and do your blanket stitch, so you can go and add another one. Obviously we've done these to the outside, you can do it with the thing on the inside as well, so you can play around with that. So finishing off, turn it the wrong way around, just get your needle, run it along 4 or 5 of these across the back, and because it's a nice tight stitch, you can tell that because my needle doesn't want to come through. Come on. There we go. Pull that through. There we go. And then you just trim your tails off. So you could make as many of these as you wish. And then all you need to do, I tend to use the same colour thread because it sort of adds in some extra lines. So if you've got any gaps, it's great for filling in gaps. So grab your piece over, decide, quite like that there, where you want it to go, and then fairly simple, just stitch it in place. So have a look at where you've got maybe a couple of gaps around your ring, and all you do then is take the thread down inside that little, not on the outside here, you go through the stitch, and what it does, you pull it nice and tight, the line will fit within the hoop, within the blanket stitch, sorry, that goes around the hoop. Ouch. Obviously stab yourself while you're doing it. Put round. So just 3 or 4 additional stitches. If you don't want to do a blanket stitch, you could just lay a hoop on and just do a straight stitch over the top if you wanted to. You could wrap it, so you could just get some thread and wrap it around your ring. There's loads of different things you can do, but on this particular one we did a blanket stitch. Oh, there we go. And then as usual, just tie it off at the back. There we go. So that's one ring added on there. Oh heck, voice went, quick drink. Okay, right, I need to decide where my heart's going to go. So I think I decided, I sort of ended up working in the same area. Just thought I might just add it in. Oh, quite. Did I attach that, didn't I? Oh, that's quite cute at the bottom. Let's lift that up so you can see the whole thing. So this is playing around then with your composition. So I've got those dangly bits there, so that sort of balances that up. So I think my heart's going to go there. So I've had some pins ready. Where's they gone? Let's grab some more. There we go. So I'm going to pin that in place. Quite glad this has come up because if you followed any of my other projects, I always tend to put heart in it. Right, so I'm going to combine this with the layers one, which was just lines of running stitch. So I've got a slightly, oh, I found my pins, a slightly paler thread because I just thought it's getting very, very yellowy. So I thought I'd bring in sort of like an off-white, like a vintage creamy colour thread. There we go. So I'm going to do my running stitches over the top of my heart. So it's quite nice to combine different things when you're doing this. And you can do as much or as little as you wish when you're doing this tag roulette. Totally up to you. Okay, so lines of stitch. So whenever you're doing something like this, get your first line in first. That's a really stupid thing to say. That is the sort of thing I would normally say. Your first line in first. You're not going to put your last line in first, are you? No. Come on, Anne. Get a grip. I'm not just going to do it on the heart. I'm going to take it beyond. So it sort of then blends it into the piece. There we go. And that's just a case of coming back. Now what you want to do with this is you're trying, where at all possible, to keep your stitches fairly even. So this is slow stitching. It's just enjoying that repetitive motion of stitch. Just do a few more coming that way. There we go. So I'm just going to carry on doing this. Not the most exciting to watch, so I'll pop a couple of pictures. And what I'll probably do is do some tiny tacking stitches just around the edge of the heart just to catch it down. I quite like this thread, so I might do it in the same colour so it sort of stands out. I think sometimes it's, well, it's one of the things I always tend to do is if I'm stitching, I just think, you know what, I'm spending all this time stitching. I don't want it to disappear. I want people to be able to see it. I know there is a time and a place for stitching to be invisible. I think when you're doing something like this, this is not the time for it to be an invisible stitch. If you wanted to, one of the things that you could do, if you're finding the heart keeps moving and it's annoying you, is you could bondweb it down. I haven't done, because I'm doing this running stitch over the top, which sort of quilts it a little bit, creates a bit of texture. I find sometimes if you use bondweb, it can make everything just a little bit flat. So I'm going to carry on doing this until I've got a square of stitch. Actually, I might even do some there at the top. Oh, or I could even do some going in a different direction, coming down. Mix it up a bit. Doesn't just have to be vertical, and it could even be diagonal. It could be circular. It could be anything. But basically, we have got tag number 2, which is to add a heart to your piece. Tag number 11, which is to do some wrapped rings. And tag 36, which is over a layer, you need to do a block of running stitch. So that's me done for this month. I'll just finish this little bit and then you can see it. I'm going to do a little bit more stitching on this, so I'll pop a couple of pictures at the end of the video. Remember to share your pictures. Just use the hashtag tag roulette on Instagram. I'll pop a post on my Facebook if you want to share a picture of where you've got up to with that, because it'd be quite nice, especially as we're getting towards the end of the year. Not many tags left to choose from. It'd be quite nice to see how everybody's interpreting it. Okie dokie. So there we go. That'll do for now. So I've got my wrapped ring, my heart, a layer of fabric with some straight stitching over the top. So there we go. See you next month.